Welcome to Water Park on Chimps. We're going to head there with Quincy as our hero. And that's because Quincy is probably the best single tower on this map. We're going to go down until red, to the right until red, down, like so. And that's because this is Water Slide, the map. Quincy has really good range all the way over here and over here, so we're able to cover both sides of the map really well with Quincy, so we can start our late game shenanigans. But we do need to spend a little bit more money on the early game first. And one of the best ways to do that is a Ninja Monkey. Ninja Monkey goes down, and then to the right, down, and then to the right. The reason we love this Ninja Monkey is because we can see all the way over here, so we get some really good popping action over there. We're going to get the Seeking Shuriken here in just a moment. And I also experimented a little bit with a Dart Monkey, and I didn't like anything about it. It didn't scale, it slowed down our higher tier towers, and a bunch of other things, so we're going back with the tried and true Ninja Monkey here. We're going to get some ninja discipline in just a moment. And at this point we're feeling pretty comfortable, even though there's been a few moments where stuff has been right about here, and that's almost out of Quincy's range.
Yeah.
Sharp Shurikens online. Then we're going to get the Caltrops, which notably have a little less than half efficiency here, because it does seem like the Ninja Monkeys do tend to throw them randomly between tracks, even when it's clear that they're only coming down one lane like so. Caltrops online, but even one Caltrop can provide a lot of value. Not enough value that we're not going to need a safety sniper though. I think there's at least 2 points in this run where the safety sniper is going to save us. Left until red, up, left, up. And you'll note we're leaving this on first because we don't want to have it targeting something in the back when there's a bloom going like this, because then we have to restart. The next thing we're going to place down is a Alchemist. It goes down until red, to the right until red, down, to the right, down, like so. We're going to set this to strong and get the larger potions and acidic mixture dip. I was having a lot of trouble at this point right here until I started building this Alchemist with acidic mixture dip. I think the added value to the two towers right here is really large. The next thing we're going to place down is a Druid. It goes in the middle here, and then it goes to the right, and then down. You can see we're just barely out of range for the buff, right? Down. Just a little bit, and then to the right. And if we go up, we get it. So right there is good. That's the best way I know how to replicate that placement. Yes. Let's go ahead and get that and get the Thorn Swarm. This is our commitment to going fast. Because otherwise this is a pretty slow run for Chimps. And I apologize, it's just, this map is pretty challenging. And I think you'll find a lot of the other builds out there are pretty similar to mine. I did try to put my own spin on it. But I think the thing that's really limiting creativity here is this lane on the right-hand side. It's very, very unforgiving. Let's go ahead and grab the hard thorns here. At which point we can now focus on some of our endgame units. One of which is this Alchemist. We're going to get the Berserker Brew first here, because we're heavily reliant on this Ninja Monkey right now to pop the camo balloons that Quincy cannot finish off. So it's good to just give this a little extra pumping power. And even though we get that buff right now, we still have enough time to get the heli pilot that we're going to use for round 40. Uptime is pretty solid right now, both these buffs. And the Ninja Monkey's getting priority. I think that's okay. We're also going to use this Alchemist as a guideline for where to put this heli pilot, because we really want to maximize the space over here. So we go up until red, to the right until red, and then down. We find the spot where the alchemist is, we go to the right, and then we go up a little bit, and just kind of wiggle around a little bit there. We just want to barely be out of range, like so. We're going to leave this here until we get to about 1600, then we know for sure that we aren't reliant on any type of micro. Boom. Pursuit online, we're going to get the faster darts and the faster firing. Make sure you are attentive here at this point because you want to make sure that you get the Moab shove in time. Not much else to say about this point though, because we have so much good coverage. This is doing a ton of work for us. As we can see, it's quickly popped more than most of our other towers combined. Grab that Moab shove here before round 40.
Get ready to feast.
Helps a lot because it pushes it all the way to the back of the map. So it's reducing the amount of risk you have here. Once you're done with that, you're going to come over here and get the stronger stimulant first. And there we go. And then we're going to get the faster throwing. Right in time for round 42 here. Really just crushing that wave that would otherwise be a pretty big problem if we hadn't just gotten that upgrade. Next we're going to place down a monkey village. It goes down until red, to the right until red, down, and then to the right over here. Taking a little bit extra time because this is a very important placement for us. We're going to get the bigger radius and then the grow blocker and the radar scanner. This is really important because otherwise we're still a little bit too reliant on the ninja monkey here. And we want to get some extra value from our druid, so we're going to place down a monkey village right there. Down until red, to the right until red, down. So just making sure that it's easy to get that buff onto your druid. I know it's pretty particular, so that's why I'm suggesting to put this extra monkey village here. We're going to get the jungle drums right away, so we get the buff on that, as well as all these, and this up here, so really good value there. And we're going to get the jungle's bounty right now. Jungle's bounty is really good. You can see the pop count going up very quickly.
Get ready to
but we
feast.
do need a little bit of extra value for round 63. The jungle's bounty is not going to cut it for us. And my suggestion is to come over here and get the Comanche defense. It's really good, gets us through round 63 and opens up the ability for us to start saving up for a tower we're going to like more. So we're just waiting here. Need a little bit more. That last 30 or so dollars.
Get ready to feast.
Once this is online, we're done with it. We really don't want to spend 37.8k to make this tower any better. It has actually been underperforming for us. We're going to get the Heart of Thunder here because it gives us a little bit more protection right here. It just trims the wave a little bit better and gives us more time for the Comanche to finish those off. Next, we are going to put down a Monkey Ace. It's going to go over here. Up until red, to the right until red, up, and then to the right, like so. We should be able to wiggle around and get to the buff from the other tower, so make sure you take your time to do that. You can see I was off a little bit here, and I couldn't get it, but now I'm kind of in the right spot. You can wiggle around there, and just kind of get it. There's no rush on this because you have so much time. So just take your time and get it. I know it's a tricky placement, but you're going to be glad you got it because the ability to see camo for this tower is going to come in later when there's DDTs and such. We're going to go ahead and grab the centered path so that we get consistent damage throughout the map. And now we're going to come back over here and find a spot for our wizard monkey, which is going to go down like so, and then to the right, down, and then to the right over there. We're just trying to make a little bit of extra space for an alchemist later, so it goes up here. Make sure you're getting the buff though. You want the buff on this, right like so. And you can see there, we have a placement for a alchemist, right? So if you need to do that between rounds, you can, but that's what I was setting up for right there. Necromancer online. We're going to get the guided magic and the arcane blast. And then we're going to go ahead and put down our alchemist too. We want it to go down and then to the left as much as possible there. Down and then to the left. Because we want it to be a little bit closer to the necromancer if possible. It's not the biggest deal if it's not. Let's go ahead and get the stronger stimulant and the faster throwing. And from here we are pretty happy with how things are going. You can either get the Prince of Darkness now or set up your primary tower, which we're going to use to scale into the late game. I like the Necromancer here, even though it doesn't really do much for us in terms of speed. I think it's just safer, so that's what I'm going to go with. We can see really not a whole lot of value here, but the pops that this is going to get you as you're waiting and getting ready is very high value. They're not just empty pops like I would call, for instance, my mouse has disappeared. The pops from this, not really high value, or even this. Those are just like pops for basic stuff. The real value from this, for instance, is the stall. These are high value pops too. They're generally on stacked mobs and soften up the waves so the other towers like these can clean stuff up. And really it's just a game of getting stuff out of mobs so that this can do some popping. This is 100k. Pretty much more than everything combined, unless I'm missing something. It seems pretty clear that it is. Very strong tower here. Jungle's Bounty, Heart of Thunder, getting buffs. Doing lots of stuff for us.
Get ready to feast.
This is a pretty cool setup here too though, right? Like all of these have the buff from the monkey village and they're all getting buffs from the alchemist, for instance. I think it's pretty cool. And this spot seems like a pretty good spot for the necromancer to clean up, even though there is some scary stuff going on. The reanimated stuff goes all the way up here. Not very far for this part, but that's okay because we have this entire loop here. And really the most scary part of the map is right here. We want coverage there, and this really trims stuff down before it gets to down here. Prince of Darkness, please. There it is. And we can talk a little bit about how this type of range on a tower is totally fair. It's pretty crazy. Look at that. So much value. Next, we're going to come over here and get the primary training and the primary mentoring. We're going to place down a glue gunner over here. Goes between everything. We want to be to the right as much as possible, down as much as possible to the right, and then down. Taking our time. This is going to be a very expensive tower for us, so no need to rush that one. We're going to get the Moab glue And we can get the bigger globs for free. But the mob glue is the most important part of this. And then we get the relentless glue, which was previously a very bad upgrade. But now I'd say it's a very, very powerful upgrade, and in my eyes is just better than going with the ice tower for like icicle impale or such. This generally overperforms it. So we have the relentless glue. We can go ahead and get the glue splatter and start saving up for the super glue. At this point, the Necromancer is always getting a pretty full grave, which was a little bit of a problem earlier, but now you can see why we invested that extra bit of money and time in getting this online. It's really good. And I suppose the speed is a little better now. But perhaps if we were a little more creative with our monkey aces, we could have gotten better speed for stuff like this right here. You see, we're just kind of slow rolling these waves. And waiting for super glue.
Run this one down.
Not a lot of damage on these ZOMGs. That's okay. We got time.
More. Run this one down.
And I think the Necromancer might have more pops than when I did the initial run. I think the first time I did this had around 600k by the end of things. So we'll have to see where this ends up in terms of if I did something slightly different than the first time.
Run this one down.
The glue is doing really great work there, keeping us super safe. And I also did experiment with going with primary expertise.
Ready to feast.
It just didn't feel anywhere near as strong as the Necromancer. And we can see that's a really expensive upgrade. It also gives this more pierce, which I suppose is good, but I couldn't really tell that it was doing much different than what it does with just the non-tier 5 buffs.
Get ready to feast. Savage.
Look at those reinforced mobs. Scary.
Down.
But we will have the super glue right here, just at the end of round 89. Don't need it to clear round 89, and then we have it for round 90 and above, which is really good for us. The next thing we're going to do is come over here and get the bigger radius and the jungle drums for this secondary tower over here. And I'm going to put down a monkey ace all the way to the left and then down, and then to the left, down, and we're just barely on that edge of not having the buff or having it. And then you can put down one here as well, down until red, to the left until red, and get one more in there. We're going to get the fighter plane with sharper darts on both of these, just to get some more value and some more speed. As you can see, we kind of need the speed there. Even with the extra fighter plane damage, it's a little slow here. But we do have all of the stall we need. So fighter plane, sharper darts. And we can also go ahead and grab an alchemist. The alchemist can go over here, down until red, right like so. We don't want it to be buffing the heli pilot. That's really not what we want it to be doing. So we're going to set it right there, set it to strong, get the Berserker Brew and the stronger acid and perishing potions for the extra damage there. It does look really scary down here, but don't worry, the Necromancer's just spinning around a whole bunch of zombie balloons and doing tons of damage. Stronger Stimulant is online. We're going to get the Operation Dartstorm on both these now.
Run this one down.
DDT's coming in now. We can see the way they get stunned is really, really strong. And then the Necromancer cleans them up.
Run this one down.
Huge. This is also popping an okay amount for us. Not the most, but still okay. Once we have the 2 Operation Dart Storms, stuff starts going pretty fast here, but we're going to put down a Ninja Monkey. It's going to go down and then to the left here. Down. And then to the left. We're going to upgrade the bottom path to Sticky Bomb. This is just extra damage for the upcoming round 100. Sticky Bomb is really, really good. Ninja Discipline and Sharp Shurikens because we're completionists. And then we're going to come down here and get a Flash Bomb and a Sticky Bomb on this Ninja Monkey that we previously had as well. Not double shot. But think of the short-term value. Flash Bomb and Sticky Bomb. Take a brief moment to look at how much this has popped for us here. Excellent, right? I don't think it's even getting an Alchemist buff at any point, right? And it's popped 200,000 for us. A tier 4 that costs 3k, right? Sticky Bomb online. Reinforced DDTs, even though they're reinforced, cannot move. And here comes the BAD, cruising along. We're doing pretty good damage. This is where a lot of the damage is coming though. Just tick, 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 tick. It is a good tower and it's still ticking. All the way down to here, and then it starts ticking again. And then a whole bunch of stuff happens in here. Can't really see what's going on, but my assumption is stuff is getting popped. And wow, nice insta-monkey there, huh? And we see right at about 600k again, so the Necromancer that we placed down was pretty consistent with the first time we did it. Still our monkey star, even though it doesn't get any of the low value pops on this map. Wonderful tower, and that is Chimps Water Park. Hope you had a good time. Bye for now. Bye-bye.